What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It's a beautiful evening here in the beer shed, and Anders and I are getting ready to check out a new beer. Now, the one we have today is called Sunny Side Up, and this is from Pizza Boy Brewing out of Enola, E-N-O-L-A. I don't know if it's Enola or Enola, Pennsylvania. It looks like that is around the Harrisburg area. I think it was just maybe north or northwest of Harrisburg, which is kind of like central PA.
Have you ever heard of that town before?
No. And I've been out to Harrisburg, because Harrisburg area is home to one of my favorite breweries in the world, which is Trogs. Absolutely love Trogs.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. First time I found Trogs, I was in the warrant unit. I was out at a training exercise at Fort Indian Town Gap. And we went to some small local place to get something to eat, and they had Trogs Brewing. I'd never heard of it. And I had, tried a couple beers with dinner, and it was just like, what?
I didn't know you were a big Trogs fan.
Oh, yeah. I love them.
So how many Trogs beers have you reviewed on the channel?
I don't even know. I mean, I've done Mad Elf. I've done a couple of others.
I did know you were a big Mad Elf fan.
Mad Elf is probably top 5 favorite beer for me ever. Absolutely love Mad Elf. I don't really see tons. I see that generic mixed 12 pack that you always get. Well, not always. I mean, I guess not everybody gets it. But out here, it's somewhat ubiquitous. It's everywhere, bro.
I think I see a lot of Trogs up in Cleveland.
It's probably that mixed. Is it the mixed 12?
No, I mean a lot of different Trogs.
I really don't. I always see that mixed one. It's got like Troganator and a bunch of the hoppier stuff, and that's it. And I mean, I've had them all. They're good beers. It's just I don't really need to buy that repeatedly. I'd love to get more of their other stuff. I love. You bought the Grand Cru Trog.
Yeah. I got that out at the Beer Bets and Butts or whatever.
That's
Pittsburgh
business. Yeah.
You know, you have that. What's that cool ass beer shop in Bluffton?
Kibby's. Kibby's is an awesome little spot.
I bet you if you looked up the Trogs that you wanted, I bet you they would get it for you.
I will say this: Kibby's is real cool. If it can be acquired out here, they'll get it for you. And honestly, that's what you look for in a local beer shop.
Absolutely.
If they can get it, they'll get it. You know what I mean? It's not, we're not going to move enough of this. If they can get it, they'll get it. Again, I talk about this place all the time. Looks like you buy Skull Bandits and Busch Light from the outside. When you go in, it's the truth. It's not huge, but it's just ceiling to floor. Individual cans.
They do an amazing job there.
Mixed, sixers, 4-packs, everything you can imagine from breweries all over the place. I mean, stuff I really don't see in bigger shops in bigger cities is popping up there. So, listen, I'm going to stop doing a commercial for Kibby's. But if you're lucky enough to have a good... I mean, it reminds me of that Jake Slickers right up in Monroe, Michigan up there.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. We stopped there. I'm like, what are we going to buy here? A 40 of Colt 45? And you go in, you're like, what? Like, amazing little place.
We only stopped there because you had to deuce it up at the Wendy's.
No, I never. I don't deuce in public. He had to deuce it up. I never poop in public.
No, we had to kill some time because we were picking people up from the airport and stopped at Wendy's and saw the place across the street.
Yeah, and it was amazing. So,
anyways, let's get back to the beer.
All right, back to the beer. Pizza Boy. Now, this is pretty cool. It says Sunny Side Up, and when you go on to Untappd, there are like 5 billion different variations of this. This one is double chocolate. It says double chocolate, double coffee stout, aged in bourbon barrels with cacao nibs.
Well, the same thing with Beer Advocate. If you go to Beer Advocate, there's about 30 different varieties of this. And the only way I could actually find the right one was through the ABV.
Well, a lot of them are really similar, too, because there were a lot that were like double chocolate, double vanilla, or this or that, and it was kind of difficult to...
But it looked like most of them were only around the 9% mark on the ABV.
This was 11.
Yes.
Yeah. And I found it by that, and then I started looking at the photos on Untappd, and most of them were this can. I think it was labeled on Untappd as double chocolate, which is what it says at the top here. But on the bottom has the other bits.
Same thing on Beer Advocate.
So let's see what else we got. Please enjoy fresh, preferably with pizza. Do not age.
Well, we did have pizza earlier.
We did. We had some pizza.
Should we have brought a slice out to eat
I
with it?
should have bought a slice just for the heck of it. But hey, PA in the house. Pizza Boy Brewing. Let's check it out, man. Nothing else on the can.
What is all that small writing? Just the government warning nonsense, or you just can't read it?
No, yeah, it says government warning.
Yeah, it's the government warning nonsense.
Now, the one thing I do like is the barcode is the state of Pennsylvania. I love it when they do that. I don't
Plus the Keystone.
Yeah. Philly, there's actually a Philly Skyline barcode. Have you ever had Goldberg's Peanut Chews?
No.
They're one of my absolute favorite candies in the world. They're very old school candy from Philly. But the barcode on it is the Skyline of Philadelphia, which I always thought was pretty dope. All right, enough yapping about Philadelphia. Let's check this out. Review-wise, does pretty good. On Untappd, 4.2, and this had 227 check-ins for this specific variant. Beer Advocate, I think they had all kinds of reviews, but it was hard to tell which was which, right?
Depending on the year and the variant, depending on how many people had reviewed it, some of the variants had up to 600-700 reviews. But for this particular one, it there was nothing or maybe one review.
All right, so sunny side up.
Again, as we've discussed plenty of times, it's a lot easier to do Untappd than it is to do Beer Advocate.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Beer Advocate's for the hardcore nerd.
Now, if I break out my handy-dandy SRM chart from Brew HQ, where are we going, Anderson? To the top or the bottom of the chart?
41 plus.
Yeah, this is dark as night, man. You can't see a thing.
Even tilting it, you can't see anything.
No. Yeah, it's just black.
That's just midnight black.
The head kind of went away somewhat quickly, but has a really nice kind of like khaki color
tan.
to it.
Yeah.
100%.
Khaki tan. Yeah.
It is. He's had too many beers already.
Possibly. Or it could be the lack of sleep.
Sniff it.
It's too early in the day for me to be awake.
I was up at 6 a.m. with my dog. Chocolate.
I was up at 6 a.m. I just hadn't gone to bed yet.
Chocolate for sure.
Yeah, chocolate.
You picking up the bourbon?
Yes, but
It's not real strong.
it's not.
It's weird for me. Usually bourbon.
I don't.
Usually you pick up the bourbon like right away on the nose. I mean, it's
there,
but it's not. It's not strong.
I don't know that I pick up bourbon so much as a vanilla-y, alcoholish kind of.
I think that vanilla
scent.
that vanilla oak kind of thing. A lot of times,
it's not a true bourbon scent. It's more of a vanilla oaky kind of alcohol thing.
I guess maybe I associate that with bourbon, but I mean, it's not super strong though. Usually, when you get the barrel aged, like you know it.
Yeah, I mean, it's something.
The barrel punches you in the nose.
It's something you definitely do associate with bourbon, but it's not a straight up bourbon smell.
Yeah.
It's a more subtle, lighter smell.
It's somewhat subdued. I like it.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
let's give it a shot.
Cheers.
Let's launch it to Pennsylvania. Body.
It's a medium to heavy almost.
Medium full.
Very viscous.
You know what's strange? When I took the first sip, I thought it's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be. And then once you drank it, like it was there. I'd say medium full, kind of on the border.
It's very viscous.
Definitely a bit of slickness, viscousness to it for sure. I think when you drink it, you definitely get that bourbon taste, big time. You get that big bourbon hit. You get vanilla. You get a bit of a burn. And again, 11%. Now, I will say this. For 11%, I don't think the burn is as bad as it could be.
I would never think this is 11%.
No, I mean, I would probably guess 7, something like that. It's not Coors Light, clearly, because you get a little bit of something. But a lot of times when you get the higher ABV, you feel that burn. I would say it's with Mad Elf, like we just talked about. You're going to get Mad Elf, and I love Mad Elf.
Definitely getting the coffee, but it's an interesting coffee. It's almost like the bottom of the pot, kind of coffee ground, kind of coffee flavor.
Okay. Now, again, I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm a refined gentleman who drinks tea. So I'm not... I know coffee tastes from beer, but I don't know, like people drink all these different varieties of coffee, like we drink beers or teas or whatever it is you drink. A lot of people can pick up those different kind of tastes. I'm not as great with the coffee notes only because I don't really drink it. You know what I mean? So if you say it's that little bit, the Bach essentially of coffee,
yes.
Coffee Bach.
Yeah,
patented, trademarked. This is mine now, Coffee Bach. Don't anybody else try to make a coffee Bach? I mean, there's probably 7,000 of them already.
When you're drinking a full pot of coffee and you're at the very bottom of the pot, you get that grindy, coffee's a little old flavor, but it's not strong or offensive in this. It's not overpowering. It's subtle, but it's there.
I think you pick up the chocolate
in a good way, because I know a lot of people don't like that bottom of the pot.
I don't like coffee at all, bro.
As a caffeine fiend, I love almost all coffees, and the good stuff's at the bottom of the pot.
I don't deal well with caffeine. If I have too much caffeine, I become like cornholio, dude. It's just like it's disaster. I can have like one tea in the morning and one in the evening, maybe, and that's it. Caffeine don't work for me.
On those big tours, I survive on coffee. When you're doing 18-hour days, I mean, you have to.
That's rough. What about the chocolate? I think you do pick up some chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate, definitely. Especially,
it's not a sweet milk chocolate.
It's a bitter chocolate.
Yeah, it's a darker, bitter chocolate.
Not bitter like that chocolate your son bought.
Watch previous videos. We went to Windsor, Canada. At the border, my son bought like the 95% cacao. and spit it all over Anderson's car, and I got angry. And then we ate a piece, and then we spit it all over the car. It was bad. This is pretty solid, though, man.
This is good.
The thing that's interesting to me is there's about 1 billion varieties of this.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a couple of them just to see, like, can you even tell the difference between, you know what I mean,
Do
one
a
and the
vertical.
other? Listen,
Is that even called a vertical when it's different variety? Well,
no, the vertical is when you do the years.
The years.
Pete turned me on to that. Because I think when I did a Mad Elf one way back, he said there's some bidding site where you can get beers.
Right.
And he bid on a vertical flight of them, so it was like 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 or something like that. And I just thought, good Lord, if I drank...
So is there a name for trying 6, 8, whatever of all the different varieties at the same time?
It is. It's called the Royal Sampler. I've just invented
You're making that up too.
It is. It's going to be very similar to the beer that I've copyrighted on this program 8 minutes ago. So don't worry about it. The Royal Sampler. It would be cool to try the varieties. I think it's just called a mixed 6-pack, right? Or whatever the hell it is, right? I mean, a lot of people do the varieties. I think the one that jumps to mind.
But it's a variety of same beers, not a variety of different beers.
Yeah, but you always have them crap Voodoo Ranger ones where it's like 8,000 things that are slightly different, right? It's like, we've got 8,000 beers.
How
like,
refined?
They're all IPAs.
Well, how refined is your palate?
It's not refined. That's why I'm doing, YouTube videos with like 8 viewers. Right? I'm not making $2 million. So my palate's not that refined.
You're not a Cicerone or sommelier or
a Ciccarone, a Dino Cicerelli. No, I'm not. No, that's not what I am. I'm not a borderline Hockey Hall of Famer. No. So, thoughts on this? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? Yeah.
I definitely give this a thumbs up. This is delicious. It is also a very dangerous beer. There's no way I would think this is 11%. Not at all.
No,
and you could easily pound a few of these.
You
get yourself in a lot of trouble.
You get that tiny bourbon barrel presence. You know what I mean? That like oak vanilla bourbon presence thing that I think lets you know it's not Coors Light clearly. But I don't think I would think it would be 11.
No, not at all. I could drink a few of these and get in trouble.
I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. Untappd 4.2. There's only 227 check-ins, at least to this variety. I think there are multiple. Whenever you start doing a ton of varieties, people start checking into the wrong shit all over the place because they just get lazy.
Or they get drunk.
Or, I mean, a lot of times if you scan these, like it just pulls up everything. A lot of times people pick the first one or something. So, I don't know. But for me, sunny side up, double chocolate, double coffee with cocoa in bourbon barrels. Stunner. Big thumbs up, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Pete, thank you, my brother, for sharing this one with us.
Thank you again.
I would not have shared this. I would have drank these in the back when nobody knew I had them and sent me a Yingling Golden or something weird. But hey, Pete is a better gentleman than I am, right? So I appreciate it, my brother. Hopefully you liked the video. If you do, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. As always, you got any comments or questions? Jump in down below. Have you had this one, this sunny side up, or any of the other variants? Tell me what you think about them, man. I'd love to check out a few more. Hey, till next time. Cheers.
Cheers.